So Manchester City have lost their last 5 games in all competitions. What the hell is happening to Pep Guardiola and his team? Yes, boys, welcome back to the channel. What is happening, Manchester City, man? It's got to be said. Listen, a lot of you boys know me early this season. I made my Premier League predictions. I said Man City, right, we're going to have a little bit of a drop-off this year. That was obviously before the whole Rodri thing happened and obviously the injury. And there's no doubt Rodri is a huge player for City. He's the Ballon d'Or winner. Having him out for the whole season is obviously going to be a major problem for any team, right? And City, without that conductor in their midfield, that player, that powerhouse to break up the play, they're just so easy to play against, man. The last 5 games in all competitions they have lost. Obviously Sporting, absolutely demolished them in the Champions League. They're getting beaten in the league, boys, losing ground in the title race. I'm sitting here as a United fan, not really knowing what I want, because I'm thinking, well, in many ways I'd love to see City lose, but then I'm also thinking, well, I'd nearly prefer City in the league than Liverpool, and Liverpool are getting an 8-point lead now at the time of recording this with their win today. So yeah, boys, it's crazy out here, man. I just did not foresee, even with Rodri out, City dropping off this much. And the thing with City is as well, boys, like even last season, right? And this is obviously last season they didn't have the Rodri problem, they didn't have like a major injury in a major position for their team. But last season, obviously, and other seasons that they've won the league in, they have started slow in. Do you know what I mean? They haven't necessarily been leading the league the whole way. They seem to come into their own and really come to the fore in the second part of the season where they really do push forward for the title, man. However, this year it just seems different, man. It just seems different. Like they're the way they're playing in games, the way they're losing games. They're, as I said earlier, as I said already, they're just how easy they are to play against, boys. Like someone said it on comment the other day. I can't remember who it was, and they were saying pretty much that if you go to the Etihad, usually in the last couple of seasons as an away team, you know you're going to have to play out of your skin to even have a chance of getting a point. The minute you play against City, you know that you're going to have a chance. Because this team's giving up chances left, right, and centre, man, right now. They're very shaky defensively. And even their standout players right now, boys, the likes of the Haalands, Bernardo Silvas, these players aren't performing to the level that they usually expect. And yes, okay, of course Rodri's a massive miss for them, but I think it's bigger than this at this point. I really do. There's no denying. Like, he's a massive miss for that squad. There's no denying that. But City have a midfield of experienced players, man. Mateo Kovacic, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne. They have a lot of players, boys, that are not just brilliant, world-class players, but they're also very experienced and experienced in this league as well. They know what it takes to win. They've worked under Pep for all these years and they've won all these trophies together, right? So it's crazy to see, as I say, how one player can just have this much impact. For me, I think it's a bit psychological now as well, boys, to be honest. Obviously, yes, the original surge of losses, if you like, the initial couple of losses, and bad performances, yes, you can put that down to Rodri, but now I think it's getting to these City's players' heads, man, that, you know what, yeah, we've come back from deficits in the league before, but maybe trailing by 5 points against Arsenal, I think it was last year. They come back and win. But this year, I think they're getting in their head, man, and they're realizing, you know what, well, we're 8 points behind now, that win by Liverpool earlier, by the way, isn't gonna, I'm recording this Sunday night, you boys will see this video on the Monday, the day after. The game today, or it'll be yesterday for you boys when you see this, Liverpool obviously getting past Southampton, man, beating Southampton from a deficit as well, being 2-1 down. Like, City will be watching that thinking, you know what, we've got away with dropping points the weekend, losing the game, because Liverpool have done the same, but no. Liverpool were trailing, then they go and score 2 late goals, man, and win the game 3-2. So I didn't think Liverpool boys were particularly good, today, but they got the job done. Southampton did very well. I thought they did what they could, but for me, Liverpool were off it. But that's what champions need to do, man. And whenever you're not playing well, you're gonna, in your 38 game, Premier League title run, you're gonna have games where you don't play well. You're gonna have many games you don't play well. You just need to make sure you pick up as many points as you can in those games. That's what Liverpool are doing, man. They've had a few games this season where I've watched them. They've been brilliant and they've blown the team away that they've played against and they've deservedly won. There's been other games like today where I've looked at it and went, on another day, Southampton could have got something from that. Maybe even won the game, but definitely could have got a point. But Liverpool go and win the game 3-2, man. They've just got that extra star quality to go and win the game. That's what title winners do. So yeah, it's a crazy scenario right now, boys. I definitely didn't foresee this. It's a weird Premier League season, man. I'm liking it though so far, despite the fact obviously my Manchester United team are way down in the league. From an actual neutral point of view, with the top of the league, it is. I don't want Liverpool winning the league. Obviously, I don't want Liverpool winning the league, and that's scary how they're 8 points ahead now and they're big favourites for the title. But with actually just the way the top 4 race is coming up, like obviously Arsenal, not the team they were last year. City obviously the same. Chelsea are upcoming. Villa are still hanging about there. Obviously not the best season for them so far, but they're hanging about. The Premier League, like top 4 race if you like, boys. The race for the European place is getting more and more competitive every year, man. And it makes great viewing for the league. It definitely does. But very interesting scenario with City, man. I want to know your boys' thoughts. Get in the comments. Let me know, especially if you're a City fan. But obviously if you're a neutral fan, yeah, drop a comment, boys. Interested interested to know the community's thoughts, man, on this situation with City. For me, I think it's turning a bit more psychological for them now, where they're just like overthinking things now as well. Like the trusted methods of, you know, whenever they're not playing well to get these results, you know, they're not happening right now. 5 losses in all competitions on the bounce, man, is unheard of for City. It's unheard of for Pep. So yeah, as I say, if you've enjoyed the video, please do smash a like, boys. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'd really appreciate that as well. Join the community. We do watch-alongs on this channel. We do a lot more of these kind of sit-down talk videos about football and the latest news in the Premier League world as well. So yeah, and I'll see you boys in the next one, man. Peace out.